sisters, I call out to you in the far reaches of our ancestral abode in heaven. I call on you to remember and honor you. Blood, bone, spirit, legacy. Surround me with your light, your love, your power, as I prepare for my day, my daily walk in life. Please be my shield. And I pray, now that I am waking up, I give respect to the realm of the ancestors. Let all good things come to me. Inner spirit, give me life. I shall never die. Spirit is eternal. Let all good things come to me. Let it be so. I give praise to the universe. I give praise to Mother Earth. I give praise to all of nature and its beings. I give praise to all my guiding spirits. I give praise to my ancestors. I give praise to all that came before me in this struggle. I give praise to my ancestors. I give praise to my elders. I give praise to all those who cared for me, protected me, guided me, and loved me. I give praise. I salute all my ancestors of my bloodline who sit at the feet of Olodumare, the exalted of the heavenly world. I pay homage to all the generations that meet generations in heaven. I call on all my ancestors in order to remember and honor you. I ask for guidance and protection in order to break the cycle of negativity which tries to stifle my spirituality. I ask for your blessings and assistance as I continue to develop to be a person of good character. I'm a work in
Copyright
progress.
disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use.
And to all the good people of the universe, I am a good person, of good character. I ask for continued composure, caution, patience, understanding, deep thought, a brightness, longevity, health, fortitude, wealth, prosperity, love, happiness, teachability, endurance, strength, power, flexibility, wisdom, and all good things. Mojuba Lodumare, Egu, Egu, Egu. My ancestors lead me home. Ashe.
Welcome to Blended Healing, episode 15 of Hoodoo Heritage on Justice. When it comes to justice, injustice, and Black folk, who are the primary people who shaped traditional Hoodoo, where do we begin and where must we stop? This is a very loaded topic for our community. The need for justice and to be treated fairly weighs heavily on us. The quest for justice was at first intimately tied to our desire to be freed from enslavement. We also wanted justice served for being enslaved in the first place. And through and since colonialism, we have turned to the arts, especially music. We've sung our Negro spiritual and gospel songs and vented and celebrated through blues, jazz, and R&B, and now hip hop. We are always moving forward with our quest for justice, for the brutality and the unfairness that penetrated against us. Incarceration is separate, though similar arm of justice. The statistics of how many Black folk are on lockdown in the United States doesn't even do what the statistics say that really is. Do we want justice when it comes to the law? The old folks who set the tone for hoodoo wanted justice of every type, and they took matters into their own hand. Though the immediate circumstances may look different through the lenses of time, the basic need and desire are the same. We have been oppressed and treated unfairly by the justice system, yet we persist in seeking our piece of the American dream. During the development of traditional hoodoo, Black men and women and children, for that matter, were treated unfairly by the legal system, laws, and even the Constitution of the United States. Denied basic rights and humanity to a large group of people. And this was further aggravated by the vigilantes like the KKK. Out of a spirit of self-determination, which is present in hoodoo, people sought justice and found ways of dealing with laws using their knowledge and beliefs in herbalism, animism, metalworks, candleworks, and the elements. We were after our own type of justice, both unique and powerful. So at this time, I need you to get out your hoodoo journal if you have it. And then I want you to reflect on these things. Write this down if you can. If not, rewind and write it down. Reflect on how the past tells you about the present. Observe the persistent need for justice from the past to the present. What do you see happening today that is bothering you about the legal system or in terms of justice? What would you like to change and in what way? Think about the positive forms of expression and movements of the past and the present that work toward that change. How do you think you can use your presence and will to make this a better world? Okay, let's move on. People make mistakes. And if you feel that you have made one and you need to catch a break, try this black candle spell. First thing you're going to do is dress in all black from top to bottom. Then you're going to take a very fast pace walk if you're able to. Otherwise, try meditation to clear your mind. And during the walk, go as fast as you can. Work up your energy. See and feel yourself reversing the course of your actions. This will show itself through your perspiration. It doesn't matter what the distance is that you walk. It's all about the effort. So what you're going to need is a clean white shirt, a black candle, right? That you can put on something that's fireproof, okay? Olive oil, a square of brown paper, like a brown paper bag. You're going to need a lighter or some matches, okay? Those are the things that you need. After you take that brisk walk outside, when you get back home, you're going to take that shirt off and put on a dry white one. Then you're going to get your black candle. You're going to anoint it with the olive oil. Rub it from the middle of the candle and then go upwards to the top of the candle. Then you're going to go back to the middle, and then you're going to go down from the middle to the bottom. And then you're going to put that candle on, a candlestick holder or something that's fireproof, okay? Then I'm going to need you to take out that paper bag, and you're going to write the word judge on it. And if you have any police officers' names that may be involved in something that's not correct, you're going to use a number 2 pencil. Or the police officers that are involved. Let me say not correct. The police officers that are involved. Then you're going to put that piece of paper under the candle burner, facing upward. And you're going to do that, or do this, before the court case or trial. You're going to light the candle for 30 hours exactly. 30 hours. And this will encourage police to be on your side, and the judge should dismiss your case. What if the candle doesn't burn for 30 hours? Get another one, anoint it the same way, and do it again. So you know that this has to be done prior to your court case, okay? Since it has to burn for 30 hours. What's next? Portals. Portals. Portals are entryways into all sorts of spaces that you need to go. Often the attention is paid to opening the way in a spiritual manner with types of mixtures like Van oil. We're going to look at the actual portal in your home to your most innermost sanctum and sacred space. Okay, that's your house. If you wish to keep the law at bay, or desire good judgments to be delivered, you need a dependable charm to enhance that effort of your wish. You see, charms are created from what others look upon as mundane objects. In this case, we turn to the humble yet well thought of bone, the wishbone. Remember we talked about that before? The wishbone is very easy to obtain and it's accessible tool to reinforce justice magic. Remember I said that you guys should dry some wishbones that you get out of a chicken or a turkey and dry them. But in the event that you didn't get it yet and you're using a fresh chicken or a fresh turkey, what you're going to do is you're going to dry it and charge your wishbone. How do you do that? Remember that it's a process of 3 days of the drying. You're going to set your intention and give that wishbone the power. And you can use them directly to address your concerns and to pay homage to the life force that was in that wishbone and for the people who are helping you. And for your portal charm, once you have made your plea or your case, you're going to use these words, which I'm going to give you. And once you have your bone ready to use, talk to it as though it's alive, just like you are, and tell it your legal problems and type the name of the and type of person that's involved with the law of judgment that you want to stay away from your door. And these are the words. This I ask with sincerity, marked with my truth for making this request. I ask you on all I hold dear and in threes to keep my home clear of the law 3 times, 3 times 3. And with all of the strength and belief that you have mustered up through that invocation, you're going to take a nail and you're going to put it in the upper part of your door. And you're going to hang that wishbone from the nail. And it will help you stay on the right side of the law. Ashe. All right. Here's another thing that you should try to do. This is very hard though. It's memorization, especially when you have to memorize a lot of content. As you know, memorization is an important tool to a lot of different activities. There are times when you don't want everybody to know what you're up to. And when you have something to do with court case, you'll benefit for having a Psalms of David with you. If you can, commit it to memory. And if you can't, it's okay to write it down if you have to. And that's Psalms 35. And it reads as so. Plead my case. Pause, I'm sorry. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have dug for my soul. Ye let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that destruction let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord, it shall rejoice in his salvation. All of my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him, yes, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth them. False witnesses did rise up, and they laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they are sick, my clothing was a sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in mine adversary they rejoiced and gathered themselves together, yea, the abjects together. They gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers and feast, they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. I will give thee thanks in great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me. Neither let them wink with the eye they hate me without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful manners against them that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, Aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. This thou hast seen, O Lord. Keep not silence. O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even unto my case, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord my God, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous course. Yea, let them say continually, Let the Lord be magnified with, have pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. Now that you have gotten that, here's what you're going to do with it. Do you have a trial coming up or know someone with whom you would like to help? You just don't have to sit around and hope for the best. With practice and a strong will, you can make things happen. You can get another one of those dried wishbones and make a wish on it and put it in a cast iron skillet or even a cauldron on a stove or a live fire outside. You're going to cook it on a medium high heat. Burn it down until nothing is left but ash. Add a handful of dried rose petals and let them smolder and burn too. With your intention concerning the court case close to your heart, walk 9 steps backward, sprinkling the ash in the 9th footstep. When you or your friend, family member, or client go before the judge, they should recite Psalm 35 mentally at your altar the night before and in the courtroom the day of the trial. But remember, if you cannot commit it, find a way that when you write it down that you'll be able to read that thing, okay? All right. Let's move on. Everyone has trouble occasionally being observant of yourself and those that you care about. Most can help keep this trouble from mushrooming until it's too hard to turn around. You got to take a personal inventory and see who is in trouble in your life. This is something, there is something that you can do, and it's called automatic writing. It's less intimidating. Name could be spiritual doodling. You don't need much to do this, apart from having a very clear and well-rested mind and a piece or two of parchment paper and a pencil. You're going to pick a time a day when you're relaxed yet receptive. You're going to sit in a high back chair at a table, like a kitchen table or a dining room table, and you're going to put that paper on the table next to the sharpened pencil. You're going to take your shoes off and get comfortable, but stay very alert. Close your eyes and take a few cleansing breaths. Turn your eyes inward towards your third eye. So you're going to look up towards your third eye. And you're going to stay in that position with your hands turned upward and open, resting on your thighs. Keep your mind as clear as possible for about 15 minutes. After you have focused on your third eye and you close your eyes, you're going to open your eyes gradually. And you're going to take that pencil, and on that parchment paper, you're going to start drawing freely. Any way that is comfortable to you. After your drawing is completed, have a hot cup of tea, your favorite, with some relaxing honey to taste. And now do a reading on the drawing. Look at the drawing and see what you did and take stock of it. Who is it revealing to you? And how does the drawing guide you into helping them? That's what you need to ask. What does that drawing look like to you? That's why you needed a clear mind. Okay, let's move on. When someone you love is in trouble, the emotions can run from humbling to horrifying, especially if the trouble involves the law. Working on behalf of friends and loved ones is the pinnacle of this practice. Get some sage. Make sure you always have some sage on hand because it is a multi-purpose healer, and spirits are moved by its drawing, its clearing, and its blessing. You may also have a Bible on hand. Remember that in Hoodoo, they take their wisdom from the Psalms of David. And you're going to need a sage, a Bible, maybe some holy oil or some red flannel for this work to get your friend out of trouble. I don't do this, but it's up to you. You can rip out Psalms 9 out of the Bible. I personally would take a copy of it and put it in where Psalms 9 is at. Because when you're ready to do this, you're going to take that out and you're going to burn it to ash, along with 9 sage leaves. And once they are ash, you're going to add a single drop of holy oil and rub it into a paste form. And then put this in a tiny red flannel or red material that you have. And have the person wear this in their sock. And they'll start moving away from the trouble that they've been in toward the light. All right, let's move on. This one is a little different. If you are familiar with the novena, having a life of a loved one that was snuffed out by brutality, resulting in the murder, should be unheard of. Hoodoo has a way of addressing the darkest parts of human nature and the unspeakable acts such as murder. Horrendous acts are shocking and can leave you feeling powerless and hopeless. But that is not the way of the hoodoo. Instead, you're going to prepare for the worst. A novena. A novena is a type of a Catholic ritual with ancient roots that is also relevant and used in hoodoo. It means 9. Novenas are used in hoodoo and in the Roman Catholic Church in a form of worship containing 9 successive days of special prayers as a petition of some sort, and in thanksgiving or gratitude prayer. The 9 days are in recognition of the number of days that the Virgin Mary and the apostles spent praying between Ascension Thursday, when Christ ascended into the heaven, and the Pentecost Sunday. It is a very ancient feast of the church, celebrating the 50th day of Easter, or celebrating Easter. It's a feast of solemnity. And this is the day when the apostles were granted the gift of the Holy Spirit. You see, the novena has come to stand for any series of prayer. So remember, it's 9 days. What are you going to do? You can use petitions to speak frankly. But I digress. Let me go back. 9 days of prayer. That's what you're going to do. That's a novena in order to help you to get justice for your loved person that was murdered. 9 days of prayers. Let me move on. Petitioning. You can use petitions to talk very frank and earnest to your higher power on behalf of other people. It is a request for something wanted, frequently in the form of a simple, heartfelt request for courage or strength. What is a supplication? A supplication is similar but separate form of prayer where you are bearing your soul and yourself to a deity. It is a practice of asking your higher power for something directly for your own needs rather than on behalf of other people. Psalms, again, are selected for these kinds of prayers. Some are aimed to courage. Some are aimed at leadership, mercy, and so on and so forth. This is the prayer or one of the Psalms that you can do. Well, there's a couple of them for specific things. Psalms 4 and 1 is for mercy, something desired by those seeking justice. And it reads, "Answer me when I call. O God of my righteousness, you have given me relief when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer." Psalms 5 and 8 is for seeking clarity and direction. And it reads, "Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me." Ashe. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else? Yes. We're going to talk about the elements, especially water. As you know, in Hoodoo, we use magical waters in our baths, our teas, spiritual floor washes, bottles of variety of types, including war and peace. Using water is a practice that is seen flowing through various African diasporic practices as well. Many different types of water are helpful, from rainwater to running water, which is river, brooks, falls, lightning water, urine, vinegar, and spring water. Solidified water in the form of ice is utilized for various forms of hoodoo magic, from love magic to justice magic. Ice, being frozen, is used for freezing acts or actions, judgments, relationships, and a lot of other things. The water can be taken from a variety of sources. The source should match the purpose of the spell or job or help facilitate it. Tap water is seldom, if ever, used. So here's the thing. There is a thing that you can do. You're going to prepare. This is going to sound crazy. 25 to 30 pounds of ice if you're using a standard ice maker. This means that it's about 3 gallons of water in total. Okay? So you're going to have to fill up your ice trays and dump it out, so on and so forth. You do not, under any circumstances, buy pre-made ice cubes. You got to do it on your own. You're going to state your purpose over the water. Yes, it is, water has a spirit that can hear and understand you. You're going to keep filling and emptying and refilling until you have about a basin's worth of ice. This is what you're going to do. So, if you have, or somebody that you're working with has been subpoenaed, you're going to freeze the action of that subpoena. You're going to put about 25 to 30 pounds of ice that you have prepared and put it in your sink. You're going to put that subpoena on the ice. Then you're going to light a black candle and safely burn that atop of the subpoena. Whatever ill action was set to be rendered against you will not happen. Or whoever was set to testify against you ain't going to do it. All right. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do a check-in before we leave, okay? All right. I want to be clear. Everyone at a certain time in their life needs justice or assistance with a trial or a court case. And there's so many things out there that you can do. I only touched on some of it. It's a part of our human condition and the way we live today. There's nothing new under the sun. Justice has been a long-standing issue in our community. Therefore, there are long-standing, time-tested methods that we can use, right? That can influence justice and legal outcomes. That is done in the practice of Hoodoo. So take out your Hoodoo journal again. And then you're going to revisit that inventory list that you made earlier. And then you're going to consider the following things. Where do you stand with your original problems and concerns? Who helped you? How have you helped them? What problems have you learned to deal with? What herbs, root work, or curios did you enjoy employing the most? How did you use these items that resonated with you? And what issues do you have remaining still that needs to be resolved? Devise a plan for how to meet your goals and use bullet points, a numbered list, and full sentences. And lastly, continue to work toward achieving justice and being brave in the face of court cases and legal judgments. And as you strengthen your Hoodoo practice, these things could be possible. Your blood will remember. Your lineage, your ancestors remember. Keep an open mind, keep an open heart. You are mighty. You are mighty. Don't live down to expectations. Go out there and do something remarkable. All right, I'm done. That's it. I want to thank you for tuning in to episode 15. The next time we meet, we're going to be talking about clarity, about unhexing and banishing work. Ooh, it's going to get a little dicey. I may or may deep dive into this or not because, you know. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. All right, be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I shall see you all very, very soon.
Grandma's hand clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Eyes in Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Oh, Grandma's hands used to lift her face and tell her she'd say, baby, Grandma understands that you really love that band. Put yourself in Jesus' hands, Grandma's hands. Eyes in Grandma's hands used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hands picked me up each time I fell. Oh, Grandma's hands, boy, they really came in handy. She'd say, Matty, don't you whip that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He didn't drop no apple core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. If I get to heaven, I'll look for Grandma.